Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
I'm Officer Grant.
Grant, I love the hat.
Yeah, whatever. We already did it. We did this once.
Well, this is going to play.
If you're listening to this episode right now, you didn't hear it. You didn't hear us do it once, but we already did this part of the show, and the fucking it doesn't work. It's always a technical difficulty. It's always a new technical difficulty, and it never fucking works. Nothing fucking works.
I was going to come into this.
Oh, just
trying to pretend like nothing ever happened.
Oh, nothing happened.
Yeah, I like your shirt. I like your shirt.
This shirt, yeah, it's from you.
Is that a hole in the shoulder? I feel like I can see a hole in it right there. Yeah.
What else did we talk about?
I bought a shirt once. Go ahead. I got a hole in it.
Yeah,
were you roughhousing, Zach? Horseplay, perhaps?
No, tree.
Okay.
It happens.
Tree. I remember. Yeah,
it happens, man. I just somebody else was just telling me that same thing happened to him.
Yeah, man, it sucks.
Yeah.
Nice. With us, one is silver and the other is gold. Zach from Yolo Swag.
Well, hold on. He's not from Yolo Swag.
Well,
he is Yolo Swag,
but he's also that's the moniker, right?
It's a little industry trick, bro. You make people think you're a studio when you're just one guy.
Right.
Fresh.
He is Yolo Swag Studios. And then also with us, a brand new guest to the chambers, we have Harris, a.k.a. Beetle Moses.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for having me on. Thank you for having both of us on.
You know, I'm going to be real. This is a way better intro than the first one.
Well, yeah, because I'm all fired up because nothing ever fucking works.
But we got to do this more often. We got to fuck it up.
We got to get minutes. We always spend 50 minutes setting up the podcast.
But
I'm on Grant's side so much because the amount of times I've literally posted to my Patreon that Sissy Hypno show I do with Daphne. I'll post like, yo, no more audio issues. This is great. And then the next 6 episodes will sound like they've been recorded in my ass or something. They're just so shitty, dude. I fucking hate it.
And
it's so frustrating.
I think
half your listeners might think it was inside your ass.
True, that might be a plus. That's a bona fide.
That's why they're subscribed. But I feel like
$20 tier, baby.
Our final product is always good, but it's always like the setting up and the programs and like the browsers and like people's audio just doesn't work. And it's just like it's always a different problem. I can't problem solve when every week it's a different problem. Why is it always a different problem? Anyway, glad to have you guys.
#breach.
I'm happy we got here anyway. No matter the road that led us here, we're here now. We made it.
That is so damn
I had to
true.
sleep with both of them to get you on here, dog.
And it was super last minute too. He's like, "Hey man, I know we're recording in like an hour, but I'll do whatever I got to do to get Beetle Moses on the show with me." And I'm like, "True. I appreciate like that. Beetle Moses, but yeah, I'll take you up on what you got." But speaking of that, Zach, you recently hit 50,000 followers on Twitter, and Beetle Moses,
Let's go.
You and I just started following each other on Twitter, both equally.
That's huge.
Great achievements.
Equally great.
That's huge.
He hasn't followed me back yet, but that we'll take care of that.
Us.
Oh, what? Who, me? I'll follow you right now, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
No, actually, I found him because of our very own Zwick. Because you posted a comic. It was Tetsuo from the movie Akira, and his arm was turning into a Peter Griffin monstrosity.
Fantastic.
And then Zwick just replies, "This looks like it came out of the mind of @Kevin Potus."
That's good. That's good. That is true. That's very much on brand for you.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'll follow. You know, we're like, great minds must think alike. Yeah. And I want to let's make this official. We did the little handshake. We followed each other. Yeah,
that is the beauty of Twitter. That has been Twitter has been a very positive experience for me. I got on there because
unlike Reddit, am I right?
Yeah, unlike Reddit, it's been great. Zach was the one that kind of twisted my arm to get on Twitter in the first place because I had that.
Well, dude, you were just like Instagram sucks ball sack for that type of shit.
Yeah, you've been getting in some heat
so
over
much
there,
shit there.
Yeah. Wait,
Like,
what was
Were you
that?
getting heat on Insta?
No, were you? Because I saw you got like some stuff was getting like censored or pulled from Instagram, Zach.
Oh, me,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I'm on my final strike. Actually, everyone keeps telling me to make a backup page, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. This guy we just talked to, Gooby, he makes comics that Harris understands because he speaks a little Spanish. I don't understand them, but they're excellent. They're funny.
Yeah.
But I guess his account got banned, and he paid some Russian woman to get it unbanned. He did some weird shit, but I guess it worked.
So that's
if
the
I
move.
have to do that, I'll do that.
Okay.
That's what I got. Yeah, I guess. I was like, all right. But dude, some dumb shit has been getting me in trouble on Insta. Do you guys know those Blobfish comics that were like going on Twitter for a while?
What is that?
It's like a really poorly drawn blobfish, and it'll be like a beautiful punk girl will be walking holding the blobfish, and some white guy will walk by and be like, "Nice tits, bitch," or something, and then the blobfish will be like,
Okay, I'm seeing it.
never talk down to women. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
really good comics. Yeah, really excellent. But
have never seen
I
this.
drew the blobfish as Osama bin Laden, and I just said, dude, it wasn't even that. Dude, I literally said Osama bin Blobfish, and then Instagram was like,
What?
you're, too far, too far.
I mean, I got to agree with
guess
him, Zach. I mean, a 9/11 joke, like as a punchline
Tasteless.
for your little comic, that's just really,
Disgusting.
really.
I would have preferred,
Disgusting.
I would have preferred instead of "this is too far" a message that said, "Hey, buddy, we've already heard a billion 9/11 jokes. Keep going." Like that would have been more real. Than
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
pretending
on,
it was
honestly.
like too far.
Yeah, and also,
Disgusting,
as far as Yolo Swag Comics goes, that seems pretty like light. I mean, that's not Osama bin Blobfish is like, there's no nudity
It
in
wasn't even
that.
a comic. It was a doodle. Yeah,
It's just a
exactly. I was
drawing,
like,
yeah, I don't know.
so ridiculous. Very ridiculous.
I like the drawing that
insane.
you did recently of Rouge the Bat that was like, who wants to see my bat clit or something? Wasn't there something along those lines?
Dude, the best part about drawing that is I drew it just stupid thick. And then because I've been selling them and someone bought it. So I put sold over the image so you couldn't see it anymore. And like 30 dudes were like, hey, can I see the picture or can I look? Can you send me that? And I'm just like, dude, you guys are freaks.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
wild.
Man.
Dude, I have my Harris original drawing somewhere. It's over there. I'll get it later.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
stole the idea from Harris, but he's been selling physical NFTs.
Yeah,
It's
I've been
pretty cool.
seeing
That's
those.
crazy. Wow, physical merchandise. That's the new move.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I kind of had
That's
that. It's funny.
The vinyl of the comic world.
I mean, Zach was texting me last night, and he's like, "Bro," because he's been selling those like drawings, and he was like, "Bro, I really think like we're onto something with this like physical NFT thing. Like people want to buy like a one of one physical art," and I'm like, "Dude, I mean." Didn't like Leonardo da Vinci figure this out in like the fucking like centuries ago? Like this has been not like a new idea or anything. But
I'm not a smart man.
No, I mean,
Well,
dude,
it's like
it is true.
You're lampooning the idea of NFTs, and I think people will see that and be like, huh, that's clever. And I also don't like NFTs, and also this is how it should be. So I guess I'll give you some money. I think that's kind of how that worked out.
I think so. I'm rolling with it.
I mean,
rolling
dude,
with it.
having a piece of art from an artist that you like and it's one of one, like no matter how small or simple, is exciting. I think I buy art from people. Yeah, it's cool.
Speaking of art, from what I understand, you two go way back, even all the way back to your old college days.
True.
That is true.
You
That is
know,
true.
Where you used to eat
me and
Indian
Harris in
food
college,
and have
baby.
male sleepovers and draw.
Is there a
cartoons.
thing that's like the Mandela effect, but except for just like 20 minutes ago? Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
Zach,
tell us about-
baby.
Yeah, tell us about that. What kind of it? Like tikka masala?
Yeah, I was more were you like me with the spice? I thought we got spicy curry usually.
yeah, spicy chicken curry. That was usually the move.
But Harris used to make fun of me, and then I feel like he stole my moves now that he goes to the gym and he's like getting ripped and all this shit. But you eat half the Indian food and then you cook it in the morning again and have 2 eggs with it.
Yeah.
It's
Amazing.
so good.
No,
It's
yeah,
so
I
good,
mean,
bro.
even better than that, is, in my opinion, eating the leftovers cold the next morning.
Oh,
it
hell
just
yeah.
fucking, dude,
Bro, I love that.
it hits. It is so fucking
Yo,
good.
you were a real one for that, bro.
Yeah.
You're so real for that.
So
Cold
good.
leftovers,
Cold
bro.
leftovers.
You a real one, brother.
Yeah.
I absolutely
Dude, my
agree.
best memory with Harris was because you're not a gamer, and I think he texted me last night and admitted he's a fake gamer. But
Yeah.
That's very
he
big
would
of you.
get very high and then play. It is big of him. I'm proud. I was
Yeah.
very proud. But
Yeah.
we would get very high and then play, I think, BioShock Infinite. Or I'd watch you play BioShock Infinite just for like hours, bro. It was very crisp, very like creative. I feel like it set the seeds.
Definitely.
For creativity.
That one, and I had never played any of the sort of like original Mario World for like Super Nintendo games, which Zach was already like a huge fan of. And so he put me onto, I think it's like, I don't know if it was Super Mario World or Super Mario Bros. 3 or something along those lines, which was just like
Both.
amazing game. I mean, so good.
Both,
And that's it.
both are amazing.
Amazing. And those are like the only types of games that I play. I don't play any of this like Call of Duty or I don't know, what are the kids playing? Fortnite. I don't do any
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Dude,
Po-
my
Pokemon
girlfriend's
Go.
super into that.
Cut the rope,
Dude,
torture
quick,
the bartender, whatever the fuck it is.
Quick technical
Yeah.
thing. You guys are slightly soft again for me.
Oh,
But this hopefully it's just on my end.
I'll harden it back up, but keep going. Keep talking. We'll
Okay,
return.
crispy.
But yeah, I think Zach and I probably met. We probably met at a party when we were drunk because I don't actually remember us meeting. I just remember us hanging out constantly.
Well, I remember you were a part of the worst humor thing. There was like this SNL ripoff at college
Oh,
that
God.
was so cringe in Reddit, but Harris was a part of it, the only good part of it.
Thanks.
And we were at the rap party where it wasn't the rap party. It was them presenting it to the college. Like, here's the comedy bits and stuff we made. And the
Yeah,
guy who was like
I
the
saw that
lead.
video that Harris made where he goes, "I want to be the next SNL cast member." I saw that.
No.
That's good.
Oh,
pretty
gosh.
much.
Your
Pretty
work.
much.
We hope
Dude,
you
they
get
are
it.
on-
Yeah.
Terrible.
I think the videos are on YouTube. So if anyone wants to make fun of Harris, go there.
Oh,
Look for it. What was
God.
it called? Elon Tonight?
No, dude.
Anyway, I made
come
fun of
on.
this guy.
Friday Night Live.
Dude,
My
I
college
made fun
had
of this
something called
guy.
Friday Night Live.
Jeez, I
But-
was
Yeah.
kidding. I was
Anyway,
making him a bad
No,
one.
that's real.
And Harris essentially left a party with me after I got thrown out. And he
Yeah.
was like my homie. He was like looking out for me, bro. It was powerful.
Yeah, and it was right around the end of that year that Zach started showing me, like, bro, like, because we had been drawing and painting together, and that was right around the time that he was like, dude, I'm starting to like experiment with some like comics and animation. Like, you want to check some of this stuff out? And he had made some stuff that was just like super racist, and I was like, I mean, this is cool. I was like, this is funny, but maybe you could like reel it in a little bit. And then, but yeah, it wasn't until like a long time later that I accidentally saw one of like a Yolo Swag comic, and I immediately recognized that it was Zach's work, and I was like,
wow.
dude, what the fuck? This is crazy. He has a
Was
very
it the
as
art
you guys
style
know-
or was it the racism?
But very
It
shocking
is-
not to recognize it with the racism
Yeah,
taken out.
no,
I don't know
yeah.
how you still picked
I was
up.
going to say,
Yeah, I think the
But
comic that I saw was actually not racist, and so I was like, "There's no way this is Zach." But then I,
He took your advice to heart. He was like, "No more racism. I'm just calling everything
it's like-
gay."
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
let him have
actually-
it. Let him have it.
I actually do think the first comic that I saw was a big homo, like a big homo comic. And so I recognized the name Yolo Swag Studios because, I mean, how could you forget a name like that? And so I was like, I'm pretty sure this is Zach's stuff. Yeah. And so, you know, we linked back up, we got back in touch, and then he kind of
Through the
put
power of
me-
homophobia. Wow.
Yeah, through the power of homophobia.
Yeah.
I was like, these comics
Happy
really
Pride
speak to
Month.
me. Yeah. And then he twisted my arm to get on Twitter and be posting my stuff on there, and Yeah, that's it. The rest is history.
And the rest is history.
We're setting up for the show, and Kevin's like, "Hey, this guy Beetlejuice, he said he's going to be on the show."
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
like,
exactly what I said.
And I'm like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And then I look through some of your stuff, and it's like, "Oh, I actually recognize some of this stuff. I think like the Joker picture. I think maybe is that one of the ones that yeah.
Dude,
is that one of the ones
like,
that did better?
Yeah, that one did
do numbers.
You've had some bangers, bro. You've had some insane bang. Like sometimes Harris will be like, dude, I don't know. You know, I feel like they're not performing well enough. And then the next day it'll be like 300 billion K likes on something. And I'm just like, dude.
It's funny.
Chris.
I was talking to Zach about that We Live in a Society one is one of my better performing ones, but it was I posted it completely on a whim. I mean, I made it in easily 30 minutes or less, and then was like, I was like, this is going to be a total like dead on arrival. Nobody's going to fucking like this. It's just too dumb. And then it became at the time.
That's the stuff that floats, you know?
Yeah, it became became my top one. And I refused to. I was like, I'm not going to pin this to my profile, like out of spite. Like, there's no way I'm going to pin this. It's just too stupid. Like, it's not good. But yeah, it's been like, I've gotten like notifications on my, I don't even mean this as bragging. I mean this literally as just like, I cannot believe the traction that this drawing got, because I got some notification that it was retweeted or reposted by some Instagram account with like 1 million followers, some meme page, and I was like, dude, why this?
Yep,
why this?
That's happened to me too. Yep.
Yeah.
Kevin took a picture of a bag of M&Ms once, and same thing. Someone stole his picture of a bag of M&Ms.
So
I remember this. What was up with that? Because I remember this.
I had this tweet. I just like, I was eating a bag of M&Ms for lunch, as I typically do, and I just took a picture of the bag because it was like the character on it. I'm not going to go over the whole damn thing again, but it was like
eating an M&M.
He was eating a smaller M&M, and I was like, oh, it's like he's holding a child's skull. And then it got like a ton of likes and retweets on Twitter, and like it disappears for like 3 months. And then like I'm on Instagram and somebody tags me, and like an account with literally 2 million followers like just cropped my name out of it and like just took the same M&M tweet with my caption too. And I'm like, that's mine.
That's my toilet paper in the back.
How
I want my ass on that, sir.
Is that?
Oh, it's like at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, I was good, like something like that. I don't like mind too much. Like the Elon Musk stealing stuff was a little more egregious because like that is, there's a retweet function. You can just share it.
Was it your article?
That wasn't my article, but
that was the guy's first article for
There was a writer named Max Barth for Hard Drive, and that was his first article. And then Elon stole it. And then I got pulled into the mix because somebody who listens to this show. And then long story short, I don't know. It's over now, but
Kevin got destroyed.
I got my ass blown out by.
Really?
I'm shocked. I thought this was going to be like you guys were going to be like the next Joe Rogans after this interaction.
Oh, we tried. Did you see our
leverage?
Did you see our fake interview with Elon Musk that we threw together?
Dude, I need to look that up.
Yeah, we had our good friend. We had our good friend Low Res Wonderbread. Just do like the old Conan sketches where it'd be like a picture of George Bush and then the mouth would be moving.
Yeah.
So Low Res was the mouth, and then it was Elon, and we did a full interview with Elon Musk.
It's truly
YouTube
incredible
right
stuff.
now.
Yeah, he apologizes. We settled the beef. Most people have probably already heard that episode who are listening, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing was like we were on break when it happened too. Like we barely ever take a break on the show, and it just so happened we took 3 weeks off. We're both out of town separately, and then it was like this thing happened, and it was like, man, we really could have capitalized on that.
We can still. I mean, those threads, like people will still get notifications of people. I still want to just throw some videos around. There are a bunch of people that were like. Go ahead. It doesn't matter.
Sorry. No, I mean, I was going to say, I think probably Zach and I were talking about this earlier. Also, the whole there's no such thing as bad publicity. Like, you know what I mean? Like all of it is, and even like Kevin, what you just mentioned that apparently you got like owned or something. Like I didn't know that. I mean, all that I know is that you guys had a beef with Elon Musk, and in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, they probably owned his ass. Like he's like, that dude doesn't like, you know what I mean?
Well, I thought he came out looking much worse. Like I thought,
for sure he did.
He looked like an idiot. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, like Jeremy Kaplowitz, the guy who runs Hard Drive, he was the one going back and forth with Elon, And then Elon deleted the original tweet. Not the tweet. Tweet.
The original treat.
I got candy on the brain.
You got brain candy.
And
dude, can you imagine though, like the fact that he posted that article because he clearly thought it was funny enough,
right?
But then getting so butthurt, being like, "Well, it wasn't that funny."
Yeah,
and then
what is that?
Which he compared. He compared. He's like, "This is less funny than SNL." It's like, "Oh, you mean the show you were on last year?"
Yeah, the Warrior.
Yeah,
the worst episode of that show. Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine being so? I mean, I heard that thing about his kid recently, which obviously I don't know.
Yeah,
about that,
yeah.
But the fact that you're like very I'm against the pronoun people, and then your wife, was he married to Grimes, or they were just banging?
I don't think that they ever officially married.
They
no.
had 2 kids together.
Either way, like your cutie, baby mom, like then goes and is like hooking up with that. Who's that chick?
Chelsea Manning.
I don't know if that's true.
Literally,
or not,
yeah.
apparently.
Like
I don't
Really?
like care about this other than just sometimes it can be funny. If I can squeeze a little bit of funny out of it, great. If not, I don't care. I wish I knew less. Just in general, I wish I was
sound
stupider.
like Daff is always like that. Anytime I bring up like some celebrity factoid, she's like, I don't care. I really don't care.
I mean, during that
that's the good like way to think
for
about
sure.
it.
I mean, I
Did you see
remember
the
during-
Oscars?
Yeah, the Oscars. I remember during that entire like Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, like it was everywhere. It was all I was seeing. But then almost even more annoying were then the people that were just like, "Oh, you guys actually care about this?" Like hoopla. It's like, dude, I mean, what should I be watching? You want me to watch some other shit? I mean, I don't understand. Recommend me a movie then.
There's a new Stranger Things out, Harris.
Yeah, I saw that actually. It was good. I like Stranger Things.
I think the newest season is so far maybe one of the better ones to come out since the first one. But
Speaking of one of the better things,
drinky poo.
Speaking of one of the better things to come out, Grant, you were on a recent episode of Roast Mortem Cast.
Yes. I didn't record the whole episode, but I recorded most of the episode.
Yeah,
what
was the deal with that?
They record a very long podcast. And so that was it. They just record like a 4-hour
roasting, because I was on recently.
So my assignment was Carl Sagan was my
Powerful.
Hell yeah.
a lot of stuff that I didn't know about that guy, because I basically thought, thanks to Reddit, I basically thought that he was just the Mr. Rogers of science, just like, oh, the soft-spoken guy.
No, that's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, like
He's more like
whatever.
that to me, though. Cringy, like
Yes.
Reddity.
Yeah.
That man
But
is
like
Reddit.
Carl Sagan was like nuts. Like they were trying to like communicate with dolphins and shit like that. And like there was this one story in particular where he had just gotten divorced. He met a hostess that he was in love with, and he was like, "Hey, come work with me. We're trying to communicate with dolphins, because if we communicate with dolphins, maybe we'll communicate with aliens one day." Makes a lot of sense, right? So she starts working for him, trying to teach English to dolphins, and he's like trying to make advances on her, and she's just like batting him away like this and this. But the dolphin that she's trying to speak English to is really fucking horny all the time. So she has to make the dolphin not horny anymore. And so she like basically Carl Sagan is getting cucked by a dolphin.
What?
And the worst part is, I see if it was like a horse or something, and you had to like jack it off, like you wouldn't care, because it's like the horse couldn't appreciate it. Dolphins are incredibly smart, so it's probably aware of the situation and probably like getting off on that.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's like a weird power dynamic with the dolphin. It's really fucking weird. And like you don't think you see him on like whatever the Cosmos or whatever, and you're like, oh, what a insightful TV show. The dude all these people are fucking nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
you
nuts.
can learn all about dolphin cucking and more on that episode.
Yeah, they're talking about like, like what types of society do the aliens have? And it's like, we don't know that there are any. What are you talking about? Energy harnessing of the celestial planets and shit like that, when you don't even know if there's one out there? And they're like, yeah, they're probably out there. They have tentacles and shit. It's like, you don't know, like. Start with that, maybe.
It's too wishy-washy, bro.
It's weird.
Too wishy-washy. And there's a problem with things like that are conceptual, because I remember in college, my roommate was like, bro, yeah, my brother majors in math. or he's going to grad school for math. And then he told me all smugly, you know, when you're at that high level of math, like a lot of the numbers you're working with are totally like metaphysical, like
they're conceptual.
Not even real. And it's like, yeah, and I'm like, dude, why are you bragging? I can do that right now. Blim blue plus dim blue is dim blue. Like, kill yourself. Yeah, like you think you're cool because of that? Like, so goofy, dude. I hate that.
Is weird.
I hate
no,
that
it definitely leans
it's
a
cool
lot into
to like
that.
fantasize about. Yeah, and then like, dude, do you ever like get high and listen to music and think about space? Like, it's cool. Like, I get it, but like when we're acting like it's science, it's like, this is so stupid.
A lot of it was very anti-scientific, and then all of a sudden he's just like one of the most famous scientists, and it's like, that's not to say that he probably didn't do some work. He was like instrumental in like the space race and stuff like that, but before that he was just like, he was a biologist that was like, oh, I'm gonna study biology on different planets, and it's like, there isn't any.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. The older I get, the more I'm like, this is all so fake and stupid. Like, you learn about all these Greek philosophers and you're taught like these were the smartest minds that humanity had to offer. And then like as an adult, you learn like, yeah, this dude used to just throw his poop around and talk to dogs. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
What? Like, I hate it, dude.
At the time, that was quite innovative, Zach.
I guess, yeah, but then it's like,
yeah, they knew how to live.
Appropriating monkey culture.
Exactly. They threw poop and walked. So
I mean, that's
Neil
very
deGrasse
much
Tyson could run.
That's very much so. Like all of Plato's work is, he's like, oh, I'm gonna describe this like universal Platonic ideal of love. And everyone's like, I don't get it, Plato. Can you explain it? And he's like, yeah, so my teacher Socrates, he had like a boyfriend that was like 6 years old, and they would go on walks and they would make dick jokes to each other. And this is sort of like what the universal concept of love is. Like, this is just like what a person back then wrote. And they're like, this is genius.
Wow.
I think Harris, was I telling you or House this? Because you guys didn't believe me about the Greek mentor thing where they just sleep with like little young children and be like, I'm teaching him about life with my penis.
I mean, it's like they lived in a time before there were like, honestly,
they lived in a society.
They lived in a society before there was a standard protocol for like, law and like general reason. I mean, yeah,
Jesus hadn't been born yet, so they didn't have like Christianity or anything. So
that's crazy, man. Teachers were grooming kids that far back, man. That's
dude.
World.
I was reading. You guys, Carl Sagan is right up there with. Do you guys know Terence McKenna? You ever like heard any of his talks?
I hold Terence McKenna to a much higher esteem than I do Carl Sagan, especially now.
It's funny. Yeah. I love listening to Terence McKenna just because he's a fantastic, like, what's the word? He's just he's a great speaker. And so
like a good orator,
a great orator. Exactly. But his whole thing was, he was a self-proclaimed psychonaut. So he would ingest really large amounts of psychedelics and give a report on his experience, basically in what sounds like a scientific way. And he was a really intelligent guy, but I actually read a book of his. It was an autobiography where he goes with his brother and 3 friends. When in their 20s, they go to the Amazon in search of this like really rare type of DMT compound or something. Yeah. And they end up stumbling upon this like tribe that lives on this field where psychedelic mushrooms are just growing. So while they're waiting to find the DMT, they're just munching on shrooms for like 2 months, basically living in the Amazon. And at this point in the book, in this autobiography, it gets so properly out there that it's like he's just recounting experiences where they're up all night screaming at each other because it's creating lasers and they can see like a DNA strand in front of them when they like yell at a certain pitch. And I'm like flipping through the pages like, okay, dude, where are we going with this? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what are we learning from this? Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
I don't know.
He definitely has had some very interesting insights. He also was schizophrenic. I don't know if that continued
really?
on, or if he sort of like he talks about it in one of his talks, and he's like, I literally thought that I had just like the power to make butterflies like come to me, and then he like tried showing
one butterfly lands in this guy's finger, and he thinks
tried
he's God.
like showing someone, and someone was like, dude, this, and then he's like, oh, I'm like, whatever. And then I don't know if either he just like learned to live with the schizophrenia, or he took so many drugs that the schizophrenia was like, well, just you're the schizophrenia now.
Yeah,
sort of
that's right.
Dude, we're all laughing about the butterfly thing, but Harris, I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you were on the internet, but I remember when Bernie Sanders, there's a picture of a bird landing on his podium, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna win.
Yeah,
he's gonna win the presidential election." Like this was like
Bernie Sanders.
What's happening?
Man, I blame the bird.
I mean, dude, I remember like watching live when that fly landed on Mike Pence's head, and it was like situated there for like 30 minutes. And I remember being like, like even then, as it was happening,
that fly was
live,
the ghost of Hillary.
Dude, I was like, what is happening? Yeah. It was almost like I've never seen a fly land on somebody on TV and stay there for that long before. It was really interesting. Crazy time. Yeah, crazy time for me.
We probably wrung a whole episode's worth of content out of that fly, if I imagine it correctly. But speaking of content, let's move on to a very famous, very favorite segment of the show, in which we like to blanket punish all that annoying random crap that we see on our phones and our computer screens every single day of the week. That's right, folks. It's 2 minutes of hate. And this week, my 2 minutes of hate is the phrase, she's a 10, but she blank.
Oh, another thing you saw on Twitter this week.
Yeah. Have you guys seen this one? It's like
one of
this
those ones that was
joke
just
template
to death so fast.
Yeah.
Where did that? What was the origin of this? Because I had only seen the aftermath, but I didn't. I have no idea. Why did it start?
Nobody knows.
I don't think I know either.
I've
heard the saying before though, because it was like I think it came from Seinfeld, like because they were like a Seinfeld episode is pretty much she's a 10 but blank, but
true, yeah, but she has man hands.
Yeah, such a good episode.
That is a great episode. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, I would say a blanket statement across the board. I've never seen a funny trend. Like the first time that I see a joke online, it sometimes it's really funny, but I've never seen one that's like kept going and I'm like, oh yeah, this is funny now that everybody's making the same joke. Like, and that's why I stopped. I was on TikTok for a while, which is an amazing time waster, but it's like the trend
Reddit
thing.
alert.
Yeah,
Reddit alert.
Am I the only one?
TikTok
Have you guys ever been on TikTok? It's good, honestly.
No,
it is good.
No.
I have an okay following on TikTok, but that's
no way. What do you got? What do you got?
I got 15K right now.
Oh,
bro, dude, they're there for the gun show, bro.
That's huge.
The gun show, dog.
Well, it's
Dr. Beef.
Like what you're saying though is very much like it's very trend based. And if you don't have like a trend, if you're just going in there making like whatever fucking stupid videos, like you're not going to do as well as someone that makes the same video 800 times. And it's just like, I don't want to make the same like video 800 times.
Yes.
Like it's very boring and you get bored with doing it. And then it's like, well, and then I'll still be on there and you'll see the same people. And it's just like, I don't care. I don't care about this shit.
I mean, especially in the comments, like people in the TikTok comments, like everybody is just parroting the same 3 phrases like over and over again. And like, I'm like, dude,
sounds very Reddit.
I'm just like,
sounds like I was correct.
Yeah, that is very Reddit. Yeah.
Just saying.
It makes me believe that NPCs are a thing. Like, I know it's kind of a meme that like, that person's an NPC, but I'm like, what the hell is this?
Dude, you're dropping a lot of red pills right now.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, what?
You should be called Based Moses. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, maybe a name change is in order. It's just never occurred to me that I'm like, oh, let me say this meme that everybody has said like a million times, and I'm just going to be early to the punch and get likes for it.
I mean, like, I have had that feeling where I'm on there and I see a bunch of a certain meme or a trend and I'm like, oh, I got a good one. And then I post it and I always feel that like kind of sickness in my stomach coming up through my throat. Like I got to throw up a little bit.
Yeah, like,
Rate-
dude, I just sold out.
Yeah.
Rate mine.
Dude, I'm a total idiot. I think I started this by interrupting you, but we were supposed to let you talk for 2 minutes about.
No, it doesn't
gay,
matter.
right?
Whatever.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That was
2
my
minutes
bad,
is
too.
merely a suggestion.
No,
It's just it's a callback. Have you guys ever heard of 1984?
I have.
The book?
Yeah, the book.
the movie.
It was also a movie.
Is that the one where he fucks the old lady and she's like wearing a lot of makeup? Or am I thinking of
Yeah, that
January?
happens in the book. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, rate my joke. You ready? I said I'm a 10-10-220, only 20 cents to make a 20-minute collect call to anywhere in the nation. They got 6 likes. Is that a good?
Man, I'm gonna be honest.
iteration?
I saw that and I did not know what. I think
What's
that
going
I might have
on?
seen that
Yeah.
before. I saw the she's a 10 thing
Oh, okay.
because I'm like, why is he just like saying like a phone number?
You don't remember those commercials? Christopher Lloyd was in those commercials. He was
yeah.
a taxi
I remember
driver.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that does sound familiar. Yeah, no, I
See, it's good when you do a joke and then you have to go onto a podcast and explain your tweet.
and then now we can all laugh. Ha 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 ha.
Oh yeah.
So-
Very deep. Very
good.
deep.
No, yeah, I've seen millions of these in the past week. She's a 10, but she blank, and I mean, I don't like I say about all these.
The
this
only,
kind of crap. It's lazy.
The only one I saw that I liked was someone implying that, like, you know, she's a 10, but then you're worried because Mario said it. Because she's a 10. Like, she's 10 years old.
Okay.
It might be a little too
No,
deep. If you guys aren't caught up on Rick and Morty, you're not going to understand that joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
I stopped
a
after
little
3.
over my head.
Yeah, I would actually say the only like trend meme that I see like recycled a lot that is still funny to me is when people edit the zoomer hair on top of like a character,
she bussin',
and they're like no cap, like I am, like it'll be like Walter White, but he's like, I don't know, like no, like he, instead of I am the danger, some shit like that. Yeah, that's always
whatever these crazy kids are saying.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like some are good and some are bad. You know, like that one's good and this one's bad. But I'll probably end up hating that one too at some point. I think I'll learn to hate it when like Netflix will like they'll be like Netflix. You know how Netflix is like they have like reruns of Seinfeld. They're gonna be like posting their own like Jerry with like the zoomer like with a broccoli hair or whatever, and then they're like George, she's bussin', and then at that point I'll be like, you know what, I got to delete my Twitter. This is bringing me nothing but misery.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Well, what's your
completely off
punishment?
topic, but oh yes, please, the punishment.
No, I do have a punishment for this because you know what's the core of the joke here, that this woman is so attractive but she has a quality I don't like.
Right.
Maybe you got to lower your standards a little bit, guys. Go for a 4 or a 5 who doesn't do these things that you're complaining about, you know?
Hey, maybe stop judging so much.
And you know, that attraction, that's only skin deep, you know? That's only going to last for so long. And I say just, you know, just go for something a little bit more modest and then
go down to the Amazon and just eat fistfuls of mushrooms and just look inward and then come back and then give a TED Talk.
Yeah.
I guess that's...
I think Eminem put it best when he said, I might get the line slightly off, but fuck a 10. Give me a fat slut who cooks and does dishes. You know what I mean?
Did he say that?
Kind of. I forget what song that's in, but yeah.
That doesn't sound like a real lyric to me. What did it rhyme with?
Bro. All right, let me pull it up. I know this is real. I'm gonna go crazy if it's not.
Well,
okay.
Eminem's new song, she's a 10, but she doesn't cook and do dishes or.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't rap to get the women. Fuck bitches. Give me a fat slut that cooks and does dishes.
Oh, wow. That's a really progressive bar from Slim Shady.
He's a powerful guy. Anyway, bro, this is off topic, but if we're ever in the same city for Halloween, all 4 of us, I feel like we could do a banging, you guys, Mario and Luigi, and we did Wario and Waluigi.
And Waluigi.
I feel like it would be really excellent, dude.
No question.
Really excellent.
I could see it. Yeah,
I'm down
I could
to
see
do
it.
this even if it's not Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I feel like this is like the alter ego, you know.
That would be
very nice.
great. It's great. It's perfect because I already have a Waluigi costume, which I've been trying to find a reason to wear.
I went as Luigi one time for Halloween, and I just bought like a cheap green shirt and just like suspenders and like markered an L onto a green hat that I got from like Goodwill.
Mm.
Was this in the past few years? I swear I saw this.
Yeah, maybe
Insta
like
picture.
2015 or so. It's probably up there.
Word.
Yeah.
Dude, I did Mario all the time as a kid. All the time for Halloween, especially in high school.
Yeah, and it's good because you didn't have to draw on a mustache. You just grow the mustache.
True.
As a kid. Zach, what's your 2 minutes of hate this week?
2 minutes of hate this week. This was maybe like maybe a month or two ago, but I've seen a few recently. But they keep telling me how great this Squatty Potty is. Okay, and I'm really big into trying to get my butthole health going because there's times you look down in there and it's like that's a lot of blood. Okay, there's times I'm like I should go to the doctor, but I'm too afraid. So you just roll with the blood. But this could be because I have a low-rise toilet. It's very low to the ground, but
that makes you bleed.
Felt like I don't know. No, I'm saying that the reason I wasn't that impressed with the Squatty Potty is because I think my toilet's already kind of low. But then it just felt like I was it felt very strange. I don't know if it increased my pooping experience, but I feel lied to. I'm angry. I'm very angry.
What's the logic there? Like when your body is compressed or like, you're squatting more, it pushes it out?
The alignment of your colon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen the
natural,
infographics on the Squatty Potty website.
It's why, like, when you're camping, even though you're like, damn, I'm going to have to wipe with dirt, the poop comes out so easily because you're, like, squatting. You're, like, in your natural feral feces position.
God, I probably wasted so much money on toilet paper all these years by just sitting normally on the toilet. If that makes me have to wipe more because I don't want to squat, that sucks.
Dude, there are those days where it's like, I shouldn't be wiping this much. What's going on? You know what I mean?
I hate that. I hate that.
Pro tip.
Am I going to have to shower?
Throw out the Squatty Potty. Just buy a bidet.
Dude, I have a bidet, but the one I have is a little funky. It either has gently lick your butthole mode or you're literally about to lose your anal virginity. It's like blow your back out setting. And I'm just like, that's too big for me, baby.
Dude, could you send me the Amazon link for that bidet? I was just wondering if I could pick one of those.
Bro, could I? Yeah.
It's funny because Zach was
Can I just buy yours?
Zach was texting me while he was taking a shit earlier today, and he was like, bro, I'm on my Squatty Potty right now. Like, I'm giving it a shot. And I'm like,
I was so excited, dude.
Dude, I have always been a hater of the Squatty. I do not understand why people are so like, it does nothing for me. My shitting experience has to do with what I ate and not like what fucking Cirque du Soleil position I'm in when I'm taking a dump. Like, it has absolutely nothing to do with it.
What Cirque du Soleil shows are you going to? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, which Cirque du Soleil?
Forget it.
Have you actually gone to Cirque du Soleil?
I actually have seen a Cirque du Soleil. Like when I was much younger, I went to a show.
Reddit alert.
I was like,
we have a high case of Reddit.
I was probably like 10 years old, and like, I don't know, my grandma took me to a Cirque du Soleil thing or something like that.
Extremely Reddit, bro. So Reddit. So Reddit.
Yeah, I don't remember much from it. Like, I don't think it was like a Blue Man Group performance, where like you get the gist of it just from hearing the name, but you don't really need to go there. Yeah. But yeah.
So you heard the name Blue Man Group and you're like, I kind of get it. No, I don't.
Yeah, I get it. You guys are blue. You do fucking whatever.
If you've seen the Blue Man Group commercials, that's all that it is. It's just a long commercial.
Yeah. Again, they're like beating the drum with paint, and it's like, dude, you just showed me the show. I don't need to fucking go now, you fools.
I was pretty much
something like that.
I mean, dude, it's absolutely genius because their business model, I don't know why, it just clicked with me probably in the last few years that there's not really just 3 guys that paint their face blue. They probably have a team of like 25 or more people, like a guild of people that paint their faces blue.
Dude, that was worse than finding out Santa wasn't real. I thought it was just 4 best friends who like stumbled upon something.
Definitely
I was
not.
so pissed finding out there's others.
I mean, like the Wiggles moonlighting as the 4.
That would be better.
It's good to know that if this podcast doesn't pan out, I can always just shave my head and apply for the Blue Man.
Hey, Briar Street Theater in Chicago.
Also, dude, no. Those positions should be reserved for men who are actually bald. Okay, so stop trying to steal my culture. As someone who's balding, Kevin, you've got a beautiful head of hair.
I'll get there.
Harris, what's going on with you, bro? I thought this is the first time I've seen you in a while, face to face, and I was like, his hair will be like mine now. It will not be as beautiful. But now it's like, did you get a perm? What's going on?
No, this is just what my hair looks like. But dude, you don't look like you're balding to me. It. You got a full fucking...
Bro, look at this. I got the V going on. It's
my shit looks like that too. I got the fucking widow's peak coat, like...
Bro, you have a it's beautiful hairline.
Well, fellas, squatty potty.
Sorry, squatty potties. I was also. Did you guys watch Power Rangers like as a kid?
Oh yeah,
did you watch Power Rangers growing up?
Oh, I was big into that.
I was huge into it. I had a bunch of like VHS tapes, and I don't know why. It was another thing that I don't know. I didn't realize it until I was much older, and I was watching like YouTube videos of Power Ranger clips that. The actual action sequences are filmed in Japan, and it's like very clear.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like very clear when you're watching that they all get suited up, and all of a sudden the camera quality changes completely, and they're in like a totally different place. And it's like also, I mean, it's genius. They can outsource the action sequences by putting all the cast members in masks that hide their identity, and so it doesn't matter. Genius, but very disappointing when I realized that like none of those kids were really doing martial arts or anything like that.
Well, the Green Ranger is now an MMA fighter.
Is he?
What? For real?
Yeah.
I remember one of them was bullied because he was gay.
Yeah, Billy, the Blue Ranger.
I feel like half those guys have like gone to prison for tax evasion and stuff.
One of the later Power Rangers, one of the Red Rangers like stabbed a dude, and I think is in like prison now for like the rest of his life or something.
Man.
Yeah.
Jesus,
they should have let him get that out on the set instead of having these other people play the part.
Let him take his anger out.
Yeah, he's like, I got the role because I wanted to beat people up.
Supposed to be killing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine, you know, like when they take...
He stabs a guy. He's like, I thought he was a putty. I
thought he was Goldar.
Yeah. Imagine, like, you know, when you go, or at least in the movies, when you go to jail, they like make you empty your pockets into a bucket, but then you get those belongings back when you like leave jail. But imagine like that guy, he's getting in there and he's emptying his pockets, and he had that fucking like Mighty Morphin like sword, like some insane shit. Suit. Yeah. Anyway. Rip to that one dude.
Speaking of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Zach, do you have a punishment for the squatty potty? How would you punish these potties that
I would force them to poop standing up. Anyone who's like a big advocate of this, I'd say poop standing up and tell me what that's like.
Yeah, actually, cash you in our Discord chat right now, because we do have a live Discord chat, patreon.com/thoughtcops.
That's the infograph that I've seen.
Yeah, she posted this wonderful infograph that shows the difference between sitting versus squatting when you're taking a shit, how you're colon.
Well, you also look at like animals, and animals are like all squat, you know. Animals don't like sit on a chair.
But animals also eat feces, so, you know, I'm not always trying to emulate them.
Yeah, we sort of evolved from that, you know.
Yeah. Well, speak for yourself.
Maybe we should be. I don't know.
The pendulum swung too far the other way. We got to go back to monkey, as we keep saying. Harris, what is your 2 minutes of hate?
I was talking about this on Zach and our podcast,
bro. Not the black people ranting.
No, not that one. A different one, bro. I do not.
No stale content.
Okay, no stale content. Oh well, I don't think it's stale. We don't really have that many listeners, but I don't understand dudes that put A24 in their bio, like being like, oh, dude, I love A24 movies. I'm like, I actually just was on my phone and had to do the math really quick because, in my opinion, there is no more than 5 good A24 movies. And I had to look up how many they've made. They've made 112 movies. I did the quick math. That is
for real?
Dude,
Man.
That is 4% good movies. Do you know how many fucking A24 movies I've seen in theaters that are complete garbage, like unwatchable trash?
I feel like that's a better ratio than most other movie studios, in my opinion.
Have you heard of Disney, for instance?
Yeah, okay,
but
I mean that's fair. But nobody's.
But what's the point of putting it in the bio, though?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't get that. It's like, dude, what is the? I mean, I would have the same judgment for somebody that was like Disney. Like, I don't like Disney adults either. That's also a problem.
That's right. That's the thing.
You're
it's like
saying
we would expect that from like Disney or Star Wars people. Like, this is my fandom. But like, if you're claiming the A24 fandom, that is weird. It's like you're supposed to be a different kind of person. Like, this kind of person doesn't act the way you're acting. You're secretly a Disney adult masquerading as an A24 adult.
Yeah.
But dude, I feel like A24 does try to push this it reminds me of Starbucks, where it's like it is trying to push this, like, you're part of a club if you like
third
A24.
place.
Like, you're high class. Yeah.
Yeah,
bit,
I don't. What I hate about them is that all of their trailers market their movies to be these like twisted, fucked up psychological horror, like some insane shit, and then you go there and it's about like a goat or I don't know, like some stupid shit, and I'm like, what? Like, why did I? It's like I would love for them to get sued for like false advertising or some shit like that. I just like. I'm so over it because I always fall for it. I'm like, oh, this movie looks weird or good or like, you know, and then I go see it and I'm like, literally, can I please get those 2.5 hours back? That was a waste of fucking time. Happens all the time.
Just got to be more selective, I guess.
So, Harris, how would you punish them? Is there anything else you would rather they have in their bio, or would you rather just...
Yeah, put whatever you want in their bio.
I would punish them. Anybody who is an A24 like preteen right now needs to grow up to be a Disney adult. Like, I think that is the punishment that fits the crime. Like, you should, the same level of judgment that you have for those, like, you know, Disney people that you're just like, well, why do you have a park pass? Why are you there all the fucking time? There's not that much to do there. You can really just go there once or twice a year, and even that seems excessive. Same amount of judgment.
I've still never been, bro.
You've never been?
Yeah, that's surprising, Zach. Don't you live out by that place?
I do, but I grew up in Saudi. So it's like...
Well, you're an adult now. You can go whenever you want.
The only reason I want to go now is because people are like, the food is so good. But then it's like, I live in California, so I'm already paying like $100 for a pancake. So I feel like I'm already getting that experience. Like,
it's like, what is it, $70 to get in the park so you can get that Dole Whip ice cream?
Oh, dude, but
yeah, fuck that.
I'm not even gonna lie. That Dole Whip ice cream is pretty fucking good, though. That shit is. Like,
it's pretty good.
Especially because you have to wait no less than 4.5 hours, like pretty much to get it. Like you wait in line, and then you like finally get it, and you were just you've been like reduced to an animalistic state because you're so dehydrated and hungry and like overheated, and then you get that Dole Whip, and it's amazing. Yeah.
I also think in addendum to your punishment, Harris, I think there should be an A24 theme park, like a rival to Disneyland. Like there's an Uncut Gems, the ride, everything everywhere all at once.
There could be I think there should be a Hereditary ride where you stick your head out the roller coaster and you just
dude, that's good.
That is a punishment that fits the crowd.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't that so stupid? I remember liking that movie a lot, and then someone brought this up, and I was like, yeah, wait a minute, like. You don't think as someone with a peanut allergy, they'd check or like, I just can't believe this chick ate the peanut cake and then had an allergic. Like, it just seems so dumb.
Yeah.
Wasn't she a kid?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw some theory online that it actually was like the cult. What it was basically like they planted the brownies there because it was all part of the fucking pagan ritual or some shit like that.
Dude, speaking of that, I have such a gripe. I saw Hereditary and I was like, this is groundbreaking, blah, 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 blah. And then I saw Rosemary's Baby and I was like, first of all, that movie's so ahead of its time, so amazing. But it's like, dude, they borrowed so much from that movie. So much.
Yeah, Hereditary almost plays as like a direct sequel or something to Rosemary's Baby.
Literally, yeah, dude.
They're like really similar.
Spiritual successor.
Yeah. Rosemary's Baby is a fucking
man. I hate that term. That's gonna be a 2 minutes of hate for another episode. Like this, just the term spiritual successor.
Like
so cringe.
Like Paper Mario.
Yeah, that's one example. No offense.
Paper Mario can eat my ass, bro. They ruined that series, dog.
They did.
It used to be so good.
What happened to it?
They just
made it for like baby idiot monkey retards. It sucks.
Yeah.
Before it was a game for genius adults like us.
Dude, it was like Rick and Morty, the video game, but with Mario.
Yeah, pretty damn much, Zach. Pretty damn much.
That's funny.
Grant, let's.
You are chomping at the proverbial.
Well, I had to scroll through the thing because I didn't really have one this week, so I went through the bank. I'm trying to get rid of some of these in the bank. So
we're doing a little cleanup here.
Confused. Number of months.
Pre-writing things you hate.
Oh yeah, I mean, I keep a list of things that I hate so that I don't have to think about them anymore.
We have
a little bit Seinfeld, a little bit Reddit. I'm just going to say that much.
So both Seinfeldian and Reddit.
The Seinfeld subreddit, perhaps. Maybe I got it from. I don't want to play the video and I don't want to pull up the article, but just for backstory, this actor Michael K. Williams that I think was on he was on The Wire, which is a show that I've never watched, but I guess he was working on a project before he recently passed away. And it had to do with on the latest episode of #Black Market, Michael K. Williams goes to an undisclosed location to uncover streaming farms and how major labels and artists take advantage of them. And so just for like backstory, like it's everyone that's doing that. And it's one of those like little factoids that you hear about on the internet where you're assuming that this is happening, but like the prevalence of like how much it's happening and how much money major labels are taking, or like whoever, the entire music industry is propped up on these streaming farms where some people just sit in a room for 12 hours a day and fucking listen to a Taylor Swift song and they just rack up however many numbers. And it's just like, it's between that and like Twitter bots and other types of like potential things. It's just like how much of the internet is even fucking real and how much of it is just like people's monetary vested interest and like shove as much fucking money in this as possible so people think that it's real. And then when you see that, this Justin Bieber video hit 1 billion views for this Justin Bieber song, that everyone's going to be like, oh my God, I got to listen to this because everybody fucking loves it. And it doesn't care if you like it or not because everybody's fucking listening to it because there's 1 billion views on YouTube for this Justin Bieber video. And that's all you see is on the fucking news. You go on the news, you watch ABC, CBS, NBC, another one that exists. And it's just Fox. The Justin Bieber video hits 1 billion views and you're like, I can't escape this. And it's like, how many of these are even real? And this is everyone. You can just take enough money and shove it in the right places and just anybody can be famous. It doesn't even fucking matter. There's like no organic growth that happens on any platform anymore. And I'm sick of it.
Well, Grant, now would be a good time to come clean. I actually do have a warehouse of people that listen to this show.
You need to put more money into this show because we only have 600 subscribers on YouTube.
It's all just, podcast, just like rows and rows of people, like dead-eyed people with like flies landing on their eyeballs listening to
and
us.
It's just like
expressionless.
And in the video, it's just like a short, like 2-minute clip, but I don't want to go through it, whatever. You can find it if you Google the content matter that I said, Michael K. Williams streaming farms. And it's just, everyone does it. Everyone does it. And it's this is like the music industry, but who's to say that it's not the movie industry? Like you can stream anything, and you get those numbers. And like, for instance, like Netflix doesn't release any of their numbers. Sometimes they'll say, this show, Squid Game, this did really good. And people are like, well, how many people watched it? And they're like, the most people.
Oh, you don't want to know.
How?
Yeah,
how
dude.
many?
Yeah.
How many? Give us a number.
Dude, Facebook got in trouble for this last year, I think, because they were like, yeah, if you advertise here, like 6 billion people see it. And it's like they were counting all the times people scroll by and don't even give a shit. And it's just like all this arbitrary made up gabagool. That's like, it's so stupid, dude. It's ridiculous.
I just wonder if like some of these like bigger corporations just went away tomorrow, like what the internet landscape would look like. Like,
it would be better, bro. There'd be less
it would be a lot. Yeah. I think it would look a lot closer to what it was in like 2005 and 6. Like, I think those were really probably the Wild West years of the internet when like people were memeing and kind of doing their own thing, but there wasn't like the big corporations didn't get in on it yet. Like they didn't know it was cool yet. And now it's all
it's just I do not understand how, like, I'll use YouTube as an example, but they had something so great. Like, I remember back when you could go on there and all the videos that were recommended or that were on the homepage were just like people creating shit in their yard or like even with like good quality.
Logan Paul shits in his brother's mouth.
Yes, exactly. But now it's like Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. And it's like, dude, if I wanted to watch those idiots, I would go on Hulu or I'd go on, like, they ruin something so cool.
Yeah.
And just
100%.
That's just like at this point, it's every social media company too, because like when I started using TikTok, it like you would see a lot more of that sort of like organic growth. And even some of the videos that I would originally post would just, I'd throw something out there and it'd get hundreds of thousands of views. And then they started advertising and then it became like the pay to advertise model. And as soon as they start doing that, every website starts going downhill. Like they did that with like the Facebook pages and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, if you have a business, like you can just put your business on Facebook and people can follow you. They can see your posts. And then they went, well, only 2% of people are seeing your posts. If you want the other 98% of people to see your posts, you have to like pay a lot of money. And that's where like the big companies came in and just went, we'll just shove all our money into this and we can just like destroy the competition. And they did. And the internet sucks now.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you joined Twitter, Harris?
Yeah, dude. I mean, my Twitter experience has been pretty positive so far, but I do see some annoying shit on there too. I mean, it's it's
for sure.
It's better than Reddit. I'll tell you that much. It's at least better than Reddit. I remember like a couple of years ago, I saw something, I don't know where it was posted, probably to Reddit, but it was Jack Black, who I'm actually a fan of Jack Black, but he was like, hey guys, I'm on YouTube now. Come check out my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing funny pranks and shit like that. And I'm like, dude,
and
aren't you
Twitch
like
as well? He's on there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm like, dude, aren't you like an A-list actor?
Yeah.
Like, do you like? I mean, and comedian. Like, isn't this a little bit below your pay grade? Like, what are we doing on here? And then like people who are subscribing to him, like, I don't know. I don't get that. I'm like, that's not what I want from Jack Black. I want to just go see a movie with Jack Black in it. I
have a hard time imagining myself like following Jack Black on YouTube.
Well, and again, like
as much as I like him too. Don't get me wrong.
And that's another thing where, again, the cool thing about TikTok when, especially like during the lockdown, the pandemic, like the beginnings of it, when it was like really taking off and stuff like that, is it was just like a bunch of normal people that are like, you do a stupid dance or whatever the fuck and you get 1 million views. Cool. And then it like turned into like celebrities making these really cringe videos where they're like, hey, TikTok, it's me. Glenn Howerton. I guess that this is like a dancing app for like kids or something. I don't really understand it quite yet, but I'm going to be on here and I'm going to be making videos. So make sure to like and follow. And it's just like, this isn't like, no one wants to see this.
It's like they're gentrifying the platform and also like they're making light of it too. I guess I don't know what the heck this is. I mean, people dance on here. No, you stay on FX. You got the TV show
I don't know.
stay
He's
there.
like a poor example of this. Like there's other like worse examples, but
yeah, probably.
Yeah, but right before
You know what I mean.
I was off TikTok, but because the algorithm basically just feeds you. It's actually very clever. It just feeds you shit that it thinks you're gonna like, but like right at the end there, it was sending me some shit that I was like, Jesus, I wonder like what kind of person do they think that I am? Like the type of stuff that they were feeding me was all like Android filmed videos of just like homeless people, like insane, like just insane videos. And I'm like, with like only 100 views, and I'm like, what is this crap? Like, but then I would be like, I would like it because I'm like, yes, this is the content that I want to see. I want to see shit.
Well, that's why they keep showing it to you.
Yeah, I want to see shit that is totally unpolished by the fucking, that like big corporate cloth that has that like, all those fucking TikTok dancers. They're all paid.
I'm just dying to fucking go back to that, and I don't know if we'll get it back or not, but it sucks. So I guess my punishment is, we got like food shortages and shit like that in this country. We have like baby formula shortage. How about instead of stream farming, how about you all go in normal farm? Why don't we get some more cows and some dairy and like fucking like feed people? Go back to that. Let's farm actual things that people can use and not just stupid a Taylor Swift song.
Yes,
we don't need that.
It should also, a good punishment would be if Abby Shapiro had to breastfeed me. I feel like that should also be part of the punishment, and I would learn my lesson. I feel like.
Just you, Zach? That seems a little bit unfair to the rest of the country.
And okay, all four of us.
We've
seen to be a Mario Bros type thing.
We know there's plenty to share. Okay.
That's great.
But let's move along.
I feel so bad. Everyone was tagging me in that picture. I don't know if you guys saw, but she's donating breast milk to Israeli children, I guess, or something.
Well, we had a voicemail about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Excellent. We do. Okay, good.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. But before
what was she thinking though? Like, come on.
Before we do get to that, though, if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, if this is your first time here, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories and then sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often quite unusual punishment. Now, Harris, I know you said you're kind of getting back into gaming. We're all, presumably gamers.
He's a fake gamer. Gamer. He's not getting back into it.
This will be a chance for you to educate yourself. You can tell all your friends, hey, I saw the latest greatest hit video game coming out from Kyle Rittenhouse, and they're going to be like, whoa, hold on a second.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come again. And you'll
forgot about this.
And then you'll be like, yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse's new video game, Turkey Shoot.
Hi, I'm Kyle Rittenhouse. You might know me as the guy who was recently acquitted from all charges in the Kenosha self-defense case.
Little montage here
from
the
very
headlines.
beginning. I did nothing wrong.
Pictures from the incident.
But that didn't stop the media from smearing my name.
More
It's time to
headlines.
fight back against the fake news machine. This is why
LeBron
I'm launching
James tweeting
the
at
Kyle
him.
Rittenhouse Fake News Turkey Shoot video game.
Oh my God.
The media is nothing but a bunch of turkeys with nothing better to do than push their lying agenda and destroy innocent people's lives.
This is like
so go
unreal.
to RittenhouseGame.com and pre-order the game now. And
It gets
help me
better.
fund the lawsuits to stop these fake news turkeys.
He's holding a Nerf gun,
Fake news, turkey
I guess.
shoot. Got a laser gun going pew pew pew.
Is that him rapping?
Filing lawsuits. We about
Yeah,
to spank
what?
the fake news.
I can't
Go
believe
to
what I'm seeing.
RittenhouseGame.com. Pre-order now.
Dude, this is amazing.
I mean,
What
is
platforms are you going to find? Like, am I going to be able to go onto my Nintendo Switch and play the
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be in the eShop, Grant.
Okay. Well,
I can't
It
even
looks like it's.
I can't even parse what I just saw. That was like so not what I was expecting at all.
Exclusively on RittenhouseGame.com.
Yeah,
Whatever that is. That's like the new like E-Bombs world.
Is
or
this
something?
just going to be like a Newgrounds
yeah.
video game that you have to
Yes.
like pay for? I don't know.
Like
This is
it looks
insane.
so bad. It's like the guy like what
Dude,
he like
you know
shot
that-
off somebody's arm because he wanted to go protect a gas station or something, and then he's on trial for the whole nation to see. And then what would happen next? He makes it Angry Birds. Like what the fuck?
It is like
that.
I know
I was not predicting that. I definitely would have expected that.
Wasn't on my 2022 bingo card.
That was not on my bingo card.
I was actually on mine. I'm going to check it off right now.
You know, it's like, I guess, like, regardless of how you feel, I don't know. It's like, how is this anybody's champion? Like, just looking at him talking to the camera, I'm like, it's like he looks like my cousin that I like, don't want to hang out with. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like really.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny, but there's like a micro sector of people on Twitter. It was mainly led by one or two accounts I remember seeing, but they're like, yo, Kyle Rittenhouse is clearly female to male transgender. Trying to say that, he was like a trans grifter, and it was just the most psychotic, insane take ever. It was
He is very doughy looking. Like, I just that fit. Like, he is.
He's got hips.
He's got a very like smooth. There's not even you don't even get like a peach fuzz, like a wisp of facial hair. He just looks like a little doughy boy. It's like a little jarring, honestly. I don't think I've only seen pictures of him like in court, you know, like wearing a suit and looking kind of like grim or like holding a gun. And I think just like him talking to the camera was like upsetting to me for some reason. I can't explain.
He looks like a redneck version of like the Dutch boy mascot on the paint can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I was gonna say very Reddit, and also I know that we like I feel like people gave Barron Trump a lot of shit, and I don't really fully understand why, because other than being like 7'8",
he's probably 9 feet tall by now.
Yeah, I would not mock him. He will eat you. He's so big.
Yeah.
He's like that monster in Spirited Away that like walks on the stilts, sort of. But everyone made fun of like Barron Trump, and they're like, and again, he's like a kid throughout most of the presidency. And, you know, everyone's making fun. They're like, oh, Barron's probably playing Minecraft right now. And that was like a big thing. Barron Trump is the Minecraft king. Very clearly, Kyle Rittenhouse is more like Minecraft coded. Like just
100%.
Like sitting there with
Barron
his like
Trump is
Nerf
high
gun.
testosterone.
Yeah,
I don't think it was.
You have to be
I don't think it was
7'11".
Dude, they found one of his old accounts. I think it might have been DeviantArt on our Twitter, but this kid was drawing just these. The drawing was very, very funny, like Chris Chan level, but just these like extremely busty Amazonian women, and you're just like, this kid's high test. This dude's a real man. You can tell.
Dude,
you can tell by his taste.
I would absolutely love to see in like, I don't know how old he is, but maybe in like the next 4 or 5 years, if he declares for the NBA draft and then like he gets drafted to like the Lakers or some shit, and he's like insanely good. Like, I don't know where would everybody stand on that? That would just be so cool. I would love to see that.
I mean,
dude, here's the creepy thing is I'm pretty sure he's still like 10. Like,
what?
I think he still has quite a ways to go before he's even eligible. He's young.
I don't actually know how old he is.
Let's see.
Look that up, because there's no way he's near 18.
Barron Trump. He's 16. Dude, he's 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a fool.
He is definitely even taller than before. This kid will not stop.
Yeah, no, he's
terrifying.
He's like insane.
I mean, dude, he's taller than
he looks like getting worse.
Wow, he's taller than his dad.
Trump is not short either.
No,
yeah,
Trump is like the
say what
second
you will
tallest
about
president.
Say what you will about Trump's politics, but that man's sperm, beautiful, impeccable.
Yeah,
Orange
it's
man,
going crazy.
tall?
I mean,
unless it's Melania's coochie, I don't know.
Barron Trump just has.
I think it goes.
He just has this very ghastly.
I think it goes.
Sorry, good.
I was going to say Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Trump. I think that's the order. Maybe no, I don't think Trump's
of what
of tallest presidents.
Most important presidents.
Most important.
Wait, who was the second?
Washington. Washington was like 6'2", 6'3".
I did not know that.
Yeah, and then I think it's Trump. Trump's like 6'2".
Wait, hold on, guys.
He's big.
Hold on. Abe Lincoln's number one. Grant, I hope you're not counting that tall stovetop hat.
The hat? Yeah, dude.
I'm counting the rat that lives inside the hat that pulls all the strings.
That's fair.
Dude, I love that.
And he just towers over him.
Bro, I didn't even think, bro, Harris, get on that. That's your new banger comic.
What's that?
Ratatouille Abe Lincoln.
Oh my
Abe
god.
Lincoln with Ratatouille in the hat.
That has to
you'll be
exist.
banged.
That has to.
Dude, the mouse is telling him, dude, you're going to go numbers with this, but you have Abe Lincoln, the mouse is in the hat, and the mouse is like, bro, you should free the black people. That's going to go crazy, bro. They're going to be like so progressive.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. No, it would be better if
Dude,
it would be better if Abe Lincoln is like signing the Emancipation Proclamation and the mouse is like, no, what are you doing? Like, stop.
Yeah.
Go. Pull my hair back.
Oh god.
But
Why
dude,
won't you
before I
listen?
forget it, there's a sideways picture of Trump. You guys know how he has shitty posture?
Yeah.
But someone does like
It's
an
weird,
X-ray
yeah.
drawing and it's like he's super
It's like-
ripped, but then he has like a 9-foot long dick that's like in the
Yeah.
front part.
No, I'm pretty
balancing
sure
him. It's
Zwick has
so-
shown us that photo before.
Oh my god.
It's
That's
so good. It's so good.
That's great.
So what do we punish?
Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah. Nintendo hire this man. I mean,
Yeah.
clearly he's got an incredible team of developers on staff for this game, and I think they would do a great job being relocated to Nintendo's headquarters in Kyoto, Japan, and developing the next hit Zelda game.
You can't have guns in Japan though, so he might.
That's gonna be a
That's
problem.
his only
Bro,
thing.
I have a better punishment, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Actually,
Zach,
will you look
let's
this
hear
up
it.
real quick before I say the punishment? Can you guys Google Rittenhouse sister age?
Oh no, I'm not. This punishment is not happening.
Yeah, it's
Oh god.
Just a little high class humor, just a little joke.
What do we?
Speaking of high class humor, let's talk about Buzz Lightyear. Again, we're all rolling our eyes. We're sick
I
of
think
hearing about this.
we just addressed
I didn't even know
in
it
a
came out.
voicemail.
Yeah.
We didn't do a segment on it last time. We just talked about it in the voicemail because
Well,
I think it
regardless-
just came out.
Regardless,
I heard
everybody's
there's like
tired
old
of it.
lesbians kissing.
Yeah,
What?
that's it.
Was it a good
People
movie?
are angry.
Was I mean how
I heard basically no. I heard too woke.
Oh
Here,
really?
I'm gonna share this. No, not really. Just only this one part. Apparently, lesbians are too woke. But
Oh yeah. Send that
Okay,
over.
let's take a
so
look
there's
here.
that fresh young link, and just to set this up, this is what's causing the uproar right now. This is a like 2-second long clip. It happens just faster than the speed of light, you might say.
Oh.
And everyone's in an uproar. It's pandemonium,
All right, it says
bedlam,
what they are
chaos
freaking
in the
out.
streets. There it is.
Yeah, that is nothing. Are they all eating corn dogs?
That's it.
Why are they all holding corn dogs?
I could.
Space food, baby.
I looked away. I had to look away.
Dude, I'm so sick of both sides of this because on one side you have the people that are acting like this is a big deal and like
Yeah.
that this is like pretty much they showed two chicks scissoring. But then on the other side you have Disney who's like, let's just put in these token old lesbians that we can have them
Yeah.
kiss quickly and act like we're cool. And it's like, dude, no, this is so stupid.
Yeah,
Well,
I
and the,
really think this is like maybe one of the most inconsequential things to happen in cinema this year. Like not even like, yeah, I agree with Zach. I can't even see like the lesbian community being like, oh, finally, like we got a fucking lesbian kiss in a Pixar movie. Were they advocating for that? I don't think anybody fucking cared.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
feel
my
like
problem is? Why aren't these lesbians hot? And why aren't they scissoring? That's what I want to see in my Buzz Lightyear Disney
That's valid.
movies.
You
I
should
care
tweet
about
at Disney. Yeah.
And
that.
so the reason that I specifically wanted to bring this in is like other than this is the newest front of the culture war, and everyone's fighting about it. It's one of those things where it sort of simmered down for a little while. People were a little bit kind of a little bit less touchy about this for like a short period amount of time, or at least when it happened they'd be like, oh, we get it, okay. But now people are just like openly just like, this is porn, right? Like Zach said. But so there was a movie theater in Oklahoma, and this is maybe one of the funniest things that I said that I saw regarding this. This movie theater in Oklahoma has a big sign on their door going into the movie theater. As far as I know, this is real. This reads like it's not real. I'm assuming that it's real. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Whatever. It says, warning. Attention.
Big letters. Warning.
Big fucking letters. Warning. It takes up half the page. Warning. It says, attention parents. The management of this theater discovered after booking Lightyear that there is a same-sex kissing scene within the first 30 minutes of the Pixar movie. We will do all we can to fast forward through that scene, but it might not be exact. We apologize for any inconvenience this late discovery of this scene causes.
I like how this is up on the wall, and like imagine there's just like little fine print, like, oh, P.S. There's also flashing lights at 1 hour 30 minutes in. So if your kids have epilepsy, maybe take them out of the theater.
Right.
But also, there's a same-sex kissing scene. It's like this is with more gravitas than someone's like serious health problems.
It reads like something that I would like print off and like slap on like just a random door and like take a photo of and be
you
like,
would put that up?
I'm saying that like it gives off that energy of just like anyone could have done this, but like every news story that I've read has been like, yeah, it was this theater. So I don't have any reason to believe that it's fake.
I mean, like, whatever.
It's probably
for all
real.
intents and purposes, it is real. If it's fake,
If it's on Twitter,
I don't
it's
know,
real. That's how it is.
That's fair. That's
true.
fair enough.
He's right about that.
I just love the idea of someone like sitting like behind the control desk being like, shit, God damn it, I missed it.
Yeah.
Like the teenager getting paid a minimum wage to work there has to like do every single showing.
He hits slow motion.
Yeah. He has to like feed the film through faster.
I didn't even know you could fast forward on movie theater. Fucking
That's what I know.
I'm
I was
assuming it's
like-
all digital now.
It is
And
all
also,
digital
can
now,
you
yeah.
imagine, like,
It's like
if
run
you
through,
were
like-
watching a movie and all of a sudden a bitch just fast forward, like, wouldn't that highlight the moment a lot more for you? It would be like, whoa, what was that? You know what I mean? Like, rather than just letting
Right.
it play out.
Yeah. Otherwise, like you probably this would totally like gloss over anybody else. Like, oh, I guess I must have been like thinking about something else when that happened.
Yeah.
And also,
But
like,
the fact that they
this
cut-
is the least.
Yeah.
I mean, the least consequential fucking shit. I think we've talked in great detail on this show about like this sort of like tug of war between like, yeah, you want like representation, but also it's like it's Disney, so they're not doing it in good faith, and they're really sort of just trying to tokenize and use people to a certain degree. And you sort of want to see it, but then it's like the backlash to just putting this in is like insane, and like, people are like, oh, if I wanted to watch porn, I'd go to Cinemax or whatever. Like, that's always like the Republican version of like, I'm gonna turn on Cinemax. It's like, who the fuck? You can just type porn on Google on your phone. You're in your hand all the time. Like, why are you always going to Cinemax?
Yeah,
for this?
you could literally spell
your version.
You could spell porn wrong and you could spell porb, and it would like still give you results like immediately.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't really, honestly.
They're just old school like that. Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to see this movie anyway, but it's not because of the lesbian kissing scene. I just don't really give a shit too much. Maybe I'll watch it at some point, but I don't think I'm going to pay money to go see it.
Why did we need the realistic, gritty fucking Buzz Lightyear?
Oh, we didn't.
Like, what the fuck was Disney thinking?
We didn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Show me one about like Bo Peep being like a stripper
that's
or
good.
something. That would be.
When do we get
fun.
this? I want to see a
Fucking sick.
Slinky Dog movie, like an entire, like really gritty, dark Slinky Dog, like where he's in like Sin City.
He has
like
to
a
go into
noir.
someone's ass. Like you have to like hold on to the one end of him, and like he has to go in and like rescue
Hell
someone.
yeah.
Yeah. This sets a dangerous
Month.
precedent for like Toy Story prequel movies.
I know.
Like all of
I
them.
mean, maybe they learn their lesson. They won't, but I mean, they did, like, after so many of the Star Wars movies did, however bad they did, or maybe actually, I think that they did pretty
that
good.
shit happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like canceled like 30 movies after Rise of Skywalker.
Thank God, dude. Fucking that shit was getting so. I knew we were in trouble when like I went to go see it with my dad, who loves seeing Star Wars movies. He's been watching them with me since I was a kid. And we go see the new one with that stupid, who was it, Laura Dern, who had like the bright pink hair and was like, I'm secretly clever and I'm not going to tell you my plan. And he's just like, after the movie, I was like, what'd you think? And he's like, that woman ruined it. She was too mean to the men, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this does not bode well for Star Wars and their average viewer.
Yeah.
That new run of Star Wars movies was rough, man. I don't even think I saw the last
Man,
one.
it sucks.
Yeah.
Honestly, I felt like it, like in my opinion, started strong, and I was like, "Oh, this is like a little bit, redundant, a little too familiar." But that's because they're reacclimating us.
And
then it just got worse and worse and worse, and it was just.
Dude, I'm so sick of all my my more normie friends are like, "Dude, yeah, all the new ones suck, but Rogue One, it's so sick." And then I watch it, and it's like, this is the worst one I've seen. Yeah. What are you talking about?
The only good thing to come out seems to be The Mandalorian, and even that's just like, I will admit, space bounty hunter. Like, at least it's better than most things that I've seen. Yeah,
but also I've seen a few iterations of those blue chicks, the Twi'leks with like the big hairs with like huge breasts. Like, I'm very thankful for them.
You're right.
Yeah,
that's 100%. Yeah. I am definitely. I mean, that's also kind of why I keep getting roped into those fucking A24 movies, is because I'm like, oh, let me see a movie that's not a fucking rehashed title,
Right.
I've already seen all this other shit.
Yeah.
But then I go see it, and those movies are garbage
At
too.
the end of the day,
it's just bad.
At the end of the day, they're a movie theater like anybody else, but it feels like they're just not making a Marvel movie. So, okay.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what happened.
I got a punishment for this.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think Zach should direct the next Lightyear movie.
Honestly,
I know, Zach, your comics are your cartoons, your comics, they're very you bring a lot of different people.
There's a lot of words on the screen.
It's they're very diverse, but they're diverse in a way that people seem to resonate with. And I think that you could have made more of a statement through satire in this scene where there's a guy off to the side explaining it he's gonna set her up.
Right.
Honestly, if you put me on the spot and said I had to direct it, I would take, how a lot of people like when they're like, oh, they're directing a Marvel movie? Well, look, they went back and from Comic 7, they took this obscure character and they brought him back. This is cool. I would go, because there's a Buzz Lightyear cartoon, and there's just Star Wars alien babe. There's a blue woman with red hair, which is my weakness. But I guess I'm just picturing her spreading her ass for 2.5 hours. I wonder if that Oklahoma theater would write a sign for that. If they would say just warning, we're going to fast forward this scene through the whole movie because she's spreading her ass. Yeah, they just play the movie on fast forward. Yeah.
I would love to hear those senators play it off if I want to see that I could go on Cinemax and watch it. No, you couldn't.
Yeah, no,
you couldn't find this anywhere on Cinemax.
It's not Blue Hole, baby.
Yeah, only in Lightyear, only in Yolo Swag Studios Lightyear.
That cartoon was good too. Yeah, that Buzz Lightyear.
That
was
cartoon. So confusing. I remember
did that as the fucking movie. They should have just did the cartoon. That would have been so much better.
Dude, this is what is so frustrating about this is kind of cringy to say, but this is what's so frustrating about modern Disney is because they forget what properties they own.
Right. There's too many and they forget about them.
I'm convinced the reason we have a Mandalorian show and a Boba Fett show is because they forgot they had the Mandalorian show and they're just it's just an AI making decisions.
No, you're 100% right.
And then they forgot they had the Buzz Lightyear cartoon and then they probably were oh, well, money. And
are they different shows? The Mandalorian and Boba Fett. I thought they were the same show. Am I crazy?
No, they're two different shows.
They're not. But
that's so dumb.
Isn't Boba Fett in the Mandalorian? What the fuck?
Boba Fett, and here's where the confusion lies: is Boba Fett was a bounty hunter in the original movies, and they were okay, we're gonna take Boba Fett's helmet and we're gonna make a bounty hunter. It's not gonna be Boba Fett, but we're gonna just what would a bounty hunter with that helmet be doing? And so they made a whole TV show. And then they were what people really love is Boba Fett. And it's but you did that already.
They put him in that show.
They took Boba Fett, though, and they gave him his own show. And then, but Boba Fett's not a bounty hunter. He's like a crime syndicate gang lord man who sits at a desk and does politics. From what I understand.
Yeah, it does
I don't
not
know.
sound
This is what I've heard.
I mean, I also, it feels to me
what is going on?
Marvel movies have totally just fizzled out on us. Like, I don't know what is even. I don't know if there's anything coming out or anywhere, but it seemed like they were still clinging to like, oh no, wait, guys, don't leave us yet. Don't jump off this boat yet, because we got some dope shit coming up. We got Black Panther 2, even though the main character died. We still got another one coming up, but it's like, dude, what is this? What are we still doing here? Couldn't it just end at this point? We do something different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
there's more milk in the cow.
Did you guys see any of those like spin-off shows or any of that? Or were you guys watching any of that like Marvel stuff?
No, not a single one.
Not a single one.
Yeah, I'm tapped out. I'm so tapped out.
Did we do we did the punishment for Lightyear? Yeah. So we can skip the next story because I don't give a shit about. Okay, that was just like to fill time, but we have enough time filled.
Yeah, let's move on to Key to the City, which is something nice, something swell, a little bit of chaser after all that talk.
I'm gonna take a fat piss real quick, but I'll be back.
Right. Yeah, while you do, Zach, I will say I'm gonna give my Key to the City this week to Twitter artist by the name of Kobesoft Joe. Kobesoft Joe. No, let me just make sure I got the @ right. Yeah, it's It's at Kobesoft Co.
Spell it for us.
COBYSOFTCO. But he does these really cool. I think he makes these like indie games, but the art, like the CG art, is so cool and like realistic, but also kind of cartoony. Like,
can you say it one more time? The guys at what is it?
Yeah, Kobesoft
That's
Joe.
Cool looking.
Like, look at this thing. Like, this is like something that's like right up my alley, and it's something I've never seen before. And like, that is so like invaluable when we have Disney forgets how many of what kind of show they have, and they're just let's just pump it out, let the pigs eat it.
Yeah.
Something. It's just something cool, and I follow a lot of art accounts on Twitter because like that's like. One of the only things keeping me there aside from having to promote myself because that's
what you do. That's how you do it.
That's the other end of that. But
I'm gonna follow this guy. That's cool.
But Harris, did you have anything you want to share with us? Anything cool?
Actually, I have I have an account that I'm following also on Twitter. That was one of my first follows when I got on here. I don't know why it popped into my feed, but it's like one of my favorite accounts. It's Mossworm 1. That's the name, and they pretty much just post.
Sounds familiar.
It's just like bug content. Like it's just they have like a ton of pictures of like bugs under a microscope or in their natural environment or like floating around in water or something like that. And this person just loves.
What are we talking
about?
Bugs?
Yeah, they just love bugs. And every day they'll post something. I think they're also really active in their community doing like planting, like just like restoring the environment, just doing like really cool shit like that. And then they take pictures of like the little bug friends that they meet on the way. It's just like the closest thing to like a totally heartwarming, like nice account that I follow. Just very refreshing.
It sounds a little Reddit.
I don't even care. Even if it's Reddit,
it's a little bit of
even
Reddit.
If it's Reddit, I'm gonna say
Thought Cop's word of the day is Reddit.
Yeah,
that's so Reddit.
It might be a little Reddit, but if you're willing to
Reddit
do it,
would be a good.
It's great,
like a good parody of That's So Raven. Like you do that. That's so. It's a work in progress.
If I had seen a single episode of the show, I would have riffed on it, but have not. Zach,
I'm sweating sack.
Yeah,
do you mind if I munch into the microphone?
I was going to ask you for your key to the city. I don't know if you want to give it to what you're eating or if you had something else in mind.
Give it to what I'm eating?
Yeah, like the key to the city is like something.
I wouldn't give the key to the city, bro.
What is that? Down, is it a freeze pop?
Ice pop, yeah, freeze pop.
What is that? Grape?
It is grape. I just grabbed one at random. I'm usually not a grape guy, but I'll take it. You know what my key to the city is? The key to the city is something I saw on the internet I liked, right?
Yeah.
Beetle Moses. That's my key to the city.
Wow.
Beetle Moses is my key.
Thanks.
I love Beetle Moses. I'm so happy to see him, and I'm so happy he's part of the larger Twitter community now. And I'm excited to see his growth. But if he passes me, I'll kill him. I'm just throwing that out there.
Thank you,
be careful.
Appreciate it.
That's good.
And thank you guys.
Graham, you want to give your key to the city to me?
Yeah, my key to the city this week, surprisingly enough, and I don't think a lot of people saw this coming, but my key to the city goes to JPEG Mafia. If y'all have listened to him, first couple albums I was
they were
sort
a
of
rapper,
Yeah,
correct?
that is a rapper.
yeah. First couple albums, I was like maybe not so sold on him, but like I heard like his 2 newest albums, and I'm just like, wow, this is like great. This is way better than I like had initially thought his music was. Like first couple, I was like, I get that there's something here. I think the one that's called LP ! Is like great, and then he does another one that's like Offline, which I don't know if that's an EP or whatever, but I've been listening to that just the past couple days, so that's cool.
Nice.
Sweet.
Powerful.
Very powerful.
I mean, like I
What's
said,
your punishment for JPEG Mafia?
oh, it was,
Y'all gotta listen to him.
Y'all gotta
Hell
check it
yeah.
out.
Gotta check him out.
Before we do get to our last segment of the show, which is our listener voicemails, if you guys want to plug everything you got, let's say
Yeah.
Zach, you go first. Where can we find your wonderful
Well, if
content?
you want to support me or Harris, I'm not going to do this joke because I do it every time. But if you want to just support me, patreon.com/Yolo Swag Studios. That's the best place.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, and I saw
go ahead.
you guys are doing like Twitter space. It's you two, and House of
Oh yeah, every
Decline?
Saturday. What time do we
It's
do it?
usually
Harris?
at 6 o'clock. Yeah,
6?
usually 6.
6 Eastern.
Yeah.
6 Eastern.
Yeah,
But,
that's the other guy's name, right? House
yeah.
of Decline.
That's right.
House of Decline, right? You guys
Yeah.
should have him on if you haven't. He's great.
That's a good
Sure.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like his comics are constantly getting posted in our Discord server. So
Yeah.
Is that?
He's
I
very
think I know.
popular.
Yeah, I think I know
Yeah.
who that is. Yeah.
He's my favorite gay guy. Excellent for Pride Month.
Definitely,
Excellent person to
definitely.
talk to.
incredible optics.
Yes.
Harris, where can we find all your wonderful content?
Yeah, so I'm on
the
Twitter,
interweb?
just at Beetle Moses. I'm also on Instagram at Beetle Moses. Beetle like the bug, Moses like the famous Jew. And then I don't have a Patreon or anything, but yeah, I mean, if you follow me, that may be coming down the pipeline sometime soon. But I would just love to have anybody on board with me, just watching me post comics for the time being.
And if anyone wants to friend you on Reddit, what's your Reddit?
Actually, I'm going to keep that one close to the chest because I don't want my recent brigade on the R Gaming subreddit to come back to my actual Reddit account.
One of my close friends in college very specifically told me that Reddit users do not share their Reddit username. Like I asked him what his username was, and he refused to give it to me.
Oh, really?
That is so.
I'm
Reddit.
actually not.
The people that do that are just on really weird
Yeah,
subreddits.
I'm actually not that embarrassed.
Maybe.
My entire Reddit experience is just basketball related shit. Like if somebody was going to go look through my comments, it's just me arguing with kids online about basketball. But there's nothing really like lewd or nasty on there. That's pretty much the end of it.
Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll link to everything in the episode description. So if you guys want to check it out, scroll on down below. If you guys want to leave us a voicemail, we'll play it on the show. Give us a call. Our phone number is 312-788-7361. Or you can always send us an audio file at thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com.
Usually you say hit it, but I'll say it. Hit it.
Nice.
Check that this was actually real and not just a meme, but did you guys hear that Abigail Shapiro is donating excess breast milk to some babies that don't have milk? She has to be trolling, right?
I don't know.
There's no way she didn't know what the response to this. Right?
This chick sounds hot, dude.
Right.
So, Zach, you were talking about this before. Is this real? Is this happening?
I think it is, but I don't know because she blocked me for bothering her about shit. And I think when it is kind of cringe when people are like, dude, she's asking for it. But it's like the first time something like this happened, she posted her feet in like a sexual position. And now she's posting a big bag of her breast milk. And it's like, if this is real, if I'm not being hoodwinked, it's kind of like,
My personal theory, like I don't think that's within her repertoire to be like trolling people online. I think that she is just that sheltered from how everything is and just does things that are like this that would seem inappropriate or could easily be like taken with and ran to the nth degree by the internet, which has happened time and time again. And I truly believe she's just like so naive that she doesn't know that that's what's going to happen every time.
Full-on bimbo.
I'm saying that, you know, she was probably homeschooled or something like that, you know, or like has that homeschool kind of vibe to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of get what you're
saying. I'm going to counter that by saying I do think that she's totally self-aware. I don't think that it's like people shouldn't be saying, oh, she's asking to get like harassed, but I think she is. I think she's aware.
Well,
she's aware of her meme status.
Playing into it a little bit.
I think she's aware of her meme status. She's aware of her brother's meme status, and so like posting something like that, like of course, she knows she's famous on the internet. She knows that people are going to react in the comments and meme on it. But I mean, I hope I don't want that to do any damage to her. But I would imagine she has thick enough skin that like. She's totally.
I'm out.
Yeah, she's probably just saying.
Oh, I know a spot on her where she's got pretty thick skin. I'll throw that out there.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it probably isn't a joke, but like I think when she posted it, she had full awareness of like the reaction that she would get.
You would have to have like. She's like
something. So you're saying, you're saying she's like she wants to do this, and she realizes like I know people are going to react a certain way, but I don't care.
Yeah, I mean it's like, dude, my level of like internet celebrity is like a tiny fraction of her level of internet of celebrity, and like when I post something, I am always bracing myself for some crazy shit to be said in the comments. You know what I mean? Like just being online, you have to like know it's going to happen. I'm
sure. You're not as sheltered. That's
I guess so. I guess
the only reason I think it might be fake is because I think if I saw the post correctly, she's donating it to Israeli children or it's some like Israeli profit group thing, and I thought Israeli children just drank Palestinian blood, so I'm not sure why they would.
That is true.
You know, the milk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
so
is
I was just a little
confusing.
confused about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, questions. If y'all have a voicemail and want to clarify, you know the number. Speaking of voicemails, let's move on to the next one here.
And good evening, Thought Cops. Once again, you know who it is. It's I, Leo the Incredible. Wipe the crazy looks off your face. You know it was me. Anyways, gentlemen, thought crime. First one, maybe not thought crime, just crime in general. Recording lines for this show, ready to set it to music, a whole bit lined up. An entire recording session destroyed by the sound of guinea pigs drinking from their water bottles. Unbelievable.
Oh, no.
I'm so angry that I had to do this on the phone. Nonetheless, gentlemen, second thought crime. Here it comes, actually fast. Aren't you sick of going on Twitter and seeing all those stories about people and their 7-year-old kids being all whimsical, being all like, gee, Daddy, do you think the Republic's going to fall if a person like fascist as Trump is going to be elected to office and the Supreme Court is going to overturn the will of the American people? You really think a 4-year-old talks like that? You're going to sell me on it? And I know it gets posted on ironically. Yet, just earlier today, Representative Falwell wants to sell us on the idea his 4-year-old kid looked up at him and questioned him about the future state of democracy as a whole in the West. As if he wants to ask about anything other than Teletubbies and probably Fortnite. I don't know what kids are into these days, but philosophical conversations about our democracy definitely don't fall in line with that. It's a thought crime, gentlemen. Anytime somebody posts it, they should be punished. Anyhow, I hope you boys have a wonderful Thursday evening.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you, Leo.
Wow.
I don't know. If it's a representative's kid, I get that maybe they're like, oh, what's Daddy do at work? Oh, he runs the government, sort of thing. And it's like, oh, whatever.
Were you that interested in what your dad did for work when you were a kid? That you would be talking how they would talk at work?
Anyway, I get the whole thing though with like especially the phrasing. sort of thing, where it's just like, yeah, I don't like you made that like, you know, it's the Reddit thing of like, oh, Albert Einstein, that child was Albert Einstein and they gave him $100% or whatever. You know the one.
Dude, I would hit my kid if he said some shit like that. Like that to me, that's the most like not believable part about is that, yeah, my kid said this and then I punched him. Like that's how you know it was actually real.
It's funny. I do see people still posting shit like that. That it's like, really, guys, we're still doing this. Like, hasn't this been like, people clowning on this? Even people clowning on it. That feels like an old meme now. But now we're back on this like wave of people doing it again. Very strange.
Yeah, because I feel like this was really hot during the 2016 elections. Everybody's like, like 5-year-old daughter had something to say about like Hillary Clinton's emails, which like they wrote out in crayon and it was posted all over, whatever.
Yeah,
I am shocked it's still happening. And also, Leo, I'm sorry that whatever bit you had planned was ruined by some noisy guinea pigs.
It's kind of cute. It's a cute reason.
Could be worse.
Love that guy's energy.
Play this last voicemail. Yeah, he's a regular. He's a regular caller on this show. Let's go ahead and play this last voicemail here.
Yes, hello. I am calling on behalf of the Islamic State to issue a fatwa to Mr. Yolo Swag Studios for his crimes against the Quran and the Islamic people. We are offering in the ballpark range of about $300,000 for the gay head of this man for his crimes against the state. Thank you very much. God, Allah bless you. I almost said the other one. Good, that is not the correct one. Thank you very much. Allah bless you.
Wow.
Is that why he called twice?
Yeah, I think he wanted to make sure.
It was a guy from France. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught that, Zach. There's a fatwa on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
he said we want that guy's gay head.
I like that one.
That was a funny one.
Hey, usually when I'm talking about gay head, I'm talking about something else. It's completely different. I'll tell you that much.
That was good.
That's good, though. That's good. My mom, especially when I first started doing my gay comics, would hit me up and be like, Zach, you grew up in Saudi, which means there's more of a chance ISIS is watching you, which means you really need to be careful. They could put a fatwa on you. Like, unironically, my mom was telling me that shit. And I was like,
is ISIS listening to this episode right now, I wonder?
They could be.
Hi.
They could be.
Hello.
Hey, stop doing what you're doing. If you're listening to this,
knock it off.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, cut it out. Cut it out.
Well,
I'm
let's
sick
not,
of you, ISIS.
Yeah.
I mean, I cut it out.
Well, yeah,
don't
cut it. Like, don't cut people. But you know. So that's.
I feel like it's been a while since we've heard from ISIS. I don't really know what they're doing these days.
They always pop up with like a rebranding and a new name. Like, they used to be Al Qaeda, now it's ISIS. It's gonna be like Bimbu Thimbu or something. I'm so sick of it. Dude. Like, stick to your plan. Stop giving up. Stop splintering. What are you guys arguing about? Like, how to eat hummus incorrectly? Like, I don't know how when your main goal is to kill America, death to America, and it's like, what are you guys arguing about? They're like Republican Americans who it's like, we don't know whether we want to accept gays or not accept gays, and we love our gays as long as they love America. It's like, you guys stick together.
How long do you think it'll be?
Those guys stuck together and pulled off 9/11.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys need to do that. Okay, try to focus on that.
Well, maybe not the whole part, but yeah, I mean,
they had a goal and they went with it.
I get that your sentiment. Yes. Yeah, sure.
When will we see the first
the whole 9/11 too?
Yeah, when is the first terrorist act in the metaverse gonna happen? Like, how does that work?
It already happened, bro. You don't remember that big drama because some woman was like, someone is digitally raping my Grand Theft Auto character. I'm Hannah Gadsby. Digital rape is bad.
Okay.
I'm so funny. Yeah.
I mean, that did happen. I think we talked about that on an episode.
At some point we did.
That's
but no,
pretty
like
good.
if you're imagining something on the scale of 9/11, I mean, I think this, metaverse has to get a chance to take off truly. Or maybe it was when that guy lost all his apes.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
That was
Dude,
my
my,
personal 9/11.
Just so you can laugh at my moronic friends, they called me maybe last month, and this kid always is like, thankfully he's from a super rich, snooty family, so he has enough money to do whatever he wants, which is so cringe. But he's like, dude, I just dropped like a couple thousand, dropped my life savings, get this, metaverse reality, where it's like, he bought like a block in New York City metaverse,
Yeah.
and it's like, he's like, dude, yeah, we're going to start setting up real estate. Like, we're wondering, like, maybe we can set it up. We can have you do stand-up. Like, it'd be like you're at the Digital Meta Club. You could do stand-up. And I was just like...
We did a
telling me this, I was just
metaverse
like, dude,
stand-up show once. Or
Yeah.
like not
Did you
like a
actually- was it
metaverse
fun?
podcast.
No,
it
well-
was terrible. It didn't even run that well.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know. These guys are acting like it's the next big thing, and they're dropping their life saving. And it's like, dude... This is so stupid. Like,
with all the
you're
money,
a-
all that like money attached to it, it just like this like reeks of a
It's
scam.
fake. It's fake money.
But anyway, if that voicemail inspired you, that fatwa made you want to give us a call, our number is 312-788-7361. Again, that number is 312-788-7361. Or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to support the show, get a backlog of bonus content, and be a part of the episode in our live recording chats, head on over to patreon.com/thoughtcops. Want to give a thank you to one of our newest patrons this week, Jesse011. Thank you, Jesse011.
Good guy.
All right.
Good guy.
Good fella. Speaking of a couple of good fellas, Beetle Moses, Yolo Swag Studios, Harrison Zach, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to have you. Thank you for being patient with all the
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
rigmarole.
Thank you for having
Dude,
me.
it was so much fun. This was
thanks
great,
for
guys.
coming on.
I'm glad to hear, and thank you to everybody else who sat around and listened with us. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys. Take care.